One of the things I consistently see in the social media space is the number of wimps, peasants, and weak people who want to start a business. Starting a business is the lane for warriors. I'm gonna tell you a little story. Years and years ago, when I first got in the storage auction business, I was very compassionate and sympathetic to the people who had lost their stuff. I would literally travel an hour to take back their pictures and get them their personal effects back, right? Then about 8 months later, I went back to the storage facility to attend another auction. And I noticed that the box of pictures and stuff was still there. And I was like, hey, didn't you call them? He said, we've called them over and over again. They will not come pick up their stuff. And that started a different mindset in me. I was like, I literally drove an hour to bring this stuff back and these folks didn't want it. So I was going through a procedure in the storage auction business where I was still very compassionate. And I noticed that consistently got in my way. That consistently created problems, that consistently created issues. I had so-called friendships. You want to start a business, you want to set up a holding company, an operating company, you want to get yourself some business credit, you want to learn how to run a business, you want to start your first online business. If you want to do that, and congratulations to you for being a person that wants more out of life, for being that person that's ready to sit down, do the work so your future can be brighter. I got something for you. Go below and enter into the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where we teach you all of that plus a lot more. Because you are not a normal, regular person. You want more out of life. You want to do more, you want to be more, you want to have more. And congratulations to you. So this link is below. Go ahead and check out this video and then go ahead and enroll in the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where I teach you some things that you cannot Google. Can't Google it. Can't Google it at all. In the storage auction community. And then one day I just woke up and I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to be friends with anyone. I'm not going to bargain. I'm not going to do this stuff. And I literally started bidding up these folks that I would normally hold back. And I started bidding them up. There was a guy by the name of Sam Chang. He used to come out to the U-Haul facility. And I literally would go on the weekends and I would light him up. And the auctioneer told me, you're the only one that would bid against him. I bid him up. And what happened was, as I developed this warrior-like attitude where I went to battle and I carried my sword and I carried my axe and I carried my shield, our profitability 3 months after that, when we were doing about $12,000, $15,000 a month. 3 months after that, we went to $40,000 to $50,000 a month, all because I had changed my attitude. And then 3 months after that, we were about $60,000, $70,000 a month. I would go out, I would bid against anyone, I would be reckless. I was like, I don't care. I remember, I went to this auction. I didn't have a lot of money on me, but I had my reputation. And unbeknownst to the people at the auction where I didn't have a lot of money on me, I had my reputation. I would start bidding on stuff and I would get it because they were afraid to piss me off. Least amount of money that I had, because we had some units that went bad. We had some eBay issues. We had a lot of stuff. But because I had developed this reputation of being a warrior, I was still able to participate in the game, even though I didn't have that much money. And this is the mindset that you need to have, because I see so much wussy tussy, once again, if you're a good employee, salute to you. But as a business owner, you need to have a certain mindset. As a business owner, I never had a sexual assault lawsuit or anyone complain, because here's my thought process. If you're part of my business, you are untouchable. I never hit on or flirted or started anything with a female employee. I never did that because these employees were in a different classification. If someone worked for me, they were part of the infrastructure, part of the process. And even if the woman was attractive, I didn't see that because all I saw was another cog in my machinery. I don't care how pretty she was. I don't care. It's like, if you're working for me and you're doing the things that I need you to do to make me money, we're good. If you work for me and you're not doing the things I need you to do to make me money, you're gonna get fired. I remember this girl by the name of Nasa. We hired her to list stuff on eBay, and we would leave the store and we left Nasa alone. Come to find out, Nasa wasn't actually doing what she did. Nasa was one of those side hustling hustlers. She had her own business, so she would come there and work, get paid per hour, and work on her business. And she got caught. Then, she tried to sandbox my business partner, and I knew that my business partner did not conduct business that way. And I said, that's not gonna work, you're fired. That was the first person I ever fired. And it came quick, fast, hurry. I had no reservations. And then we hired someone else who did a much better job. See, when you're in business, you have to have somewhat of a cold mentality with your employees. They're not your buddies. They're not your friends. You don't hang out. You're not a family. These are people who work for you, and you should respect them. And this is how you respect your employees. When payday comes, they get their check. They go to the bank, their check cashes. I remember one sorry person here on YouTube was talking about they had problems paying their employees. And at that point, I didn't even listen to that person anymore, because as an entrepreneur, as a hustler, you should make sure that your employees' paychecks they cash them. That is something that I've never played around with. That's not something I've ever had an issue with. I've never had to borrow or, it's like, you work for me, you do your work, you get your hours, you get your pay, your check cashes. And this is one of the things that I find to be somewhat interested, because I've literally seen what I'm gonna call wannabe entrepreneurs talking about using business credit, getting business funding to pay payroll. That is a problem. Number one, if your business isn't doing well enough to generate profits to pay your employees, you need to re-examine your business. You don't need to go out and get a loan to create payroll. That is one of the worst things you can do. But once again, we're talking about the mindset, the image, the whole clarity of being a business owner. You've got to be fierce. You've got to be bold. And one of the things, like, I would never hire someone that I had an intimate relationship with to work in my business. I have literally kept a very, very firm seam between my personal life and my business life. If I have a girlfriend, I don't care if my girlfriend is struggling. Honestly, I had a girlfriend who ran into some financial problems, and she said, hey, I could work for you. And I was like, no, you can't. And she said, what do you mean? I was like, you're my girlfriend. You will not be working for me. You will not enter in my business. You will never know this stuff. And what I ended up doing is just giving her $5,000. It's like, here's $5,000. That should take care of you until you find another job. And, she got busy, her bills were paid, and she found another job. And this is something that was really interesting. After she had solved her financial issues, she got another job, our relationship got better. Because she's like, I really appreciate you. Because like I said, here's $5,000. It's not a loan. I am giving this to you. You don't have to pay me back. And she said, that was the first time in my life that I had someone that I could depend upon, who had my back, who was solid, who didn't want to be repaid. Like our relationship just got so much better because I was able to help her out, and I didn't need, because like, once again, if you're my girlfriend or you're someone I'm seeing with, you're not going to work for me. You're not going to become part of my business. That's just a hard, fast rule that I've had. Now, once again, and this has never happened, I don't even see if it's going to happen, because if I had someone working for me and we started to develop intimate relationships, I don't know if that's going to be a real, that's never happened, because the way that I run my business, the way that I treat my employees is, I don't even see them as a sexually attractive person if you're working for me. It's just like, once again, this is a cog in the machinery to make me more money. And what I have learned is that when you treat your employees with a certain level of respect and dignity, and I remember I had this one employee who was really attractive, and I actually saw her attractiveness because she had this habit of, she had really big breasts, and she had this habit of not wearing a bra and just walking around and jiggling everywhere. And I remember having this conversation. I was like, look, we need to have a personal conversation. It's like, when you come to work, you need to wear a bra because you have very large breasts and they're jiggling. And I don't think that's professional. And, we had a very dignified conversation where I told her she needed to dress better. And guess what? She started dressing better. I did not hit on her. I did not try it. And, I think she had a boyfriend at the time, but I remember she had to leave us, and she was like, you're the first male boss that I had that has never tried to flirt or anything. You've always been very respectful. You wanted me to do my work, and you never brought any of that extracurricular stuff in. And I want to say I really appreciate that, because here's the thing, the mindset of a boss. This is your business. These are your employees. They're cogs in the machinery to make you money. So as a boss, you do not dip and dab and have all of this side stuff going on with your employees. You just don't. Because once you have that warrior mindset, and this is why I say a lot of would-be entrepreneurs on social media are not fully vetted people that don't understand how to run the business, because the mindset, and be sure to subscribe and be sure to hit the bell notification thing, because I'll be talking about this more in the future, is this warrior-like mentality. When you go into business every day, you're going to war. You're not trying to make friends. You're not trying to make buddies. As I learned in the storage auction business, when I changed my mentality and I started to go to war, I started to duke it out, our profitability literally tripled in 3 months, because I started playing the game the way that the game needed to be played. And one of the things that you guys have got to understand, the world is reckless. The world doesn't care if you win. The world doesn't care if you lose. But you do care, and you should be relentless. You should arm yourself, and you should be very hard working when you're doing the things that you need to do to get your business up, running, and serving your customers. It all goes back to the mindset of the warrior, the mindset of the man who takes the village, the mindset of this ancient warrior that looks upon business as the battleground. Once again, this is one of the things that you have to understand. This is one of the things that you have to appreciate. So you, once again, are the lead warrior of your business. You're the lead warrior, and with that, there's a certain way that you have to treat your employees. And remember, I was having a conversation for a new business. I was doing consulting, and once again, people are soft. These employees wanted vacation, they wanted all these perks and stuff, and they had only been there 6 weeks. It had me laughing my booty off, because These people didn't understand the reality of business. And this is something that a lot of people are starting to see. After the pandemic, after we had this namby-pamby situation where people were getting evicted, cars were getting repossessed, everyone was working with you. This went on for about 2 years, and people became incredibly soft, and they're not fit for business. So if you want to be fit for business, if you want to do the things that you need to do, get yourself situated to be a business person, and you need to have $10,000 to $30,000 on hand, whether it's cash or credit. Go below and check out the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where we teach you how to organize your business, how to set up your business, and all of the things that you need to do to be successful in business, your holding company, your operating company, your business banking, your business credit, and more importantly, how to set your business up so you can start to make money, getting to that $250,000 level, and then taking that money and investing it correctly where you can become wealthy over time. So if you're ready for that, go below, check out the Corporate Citizen Playbook, check out the questionnaire, and I will see you guys in the next video.